Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, you guys, how you doing?
Back in LA, I guess. Yes, Inglewood, I guess. Yes, LA,
Yeah,
Inglewood.
I've been
We're
trying to.
close to the SoFi Stadium. We ought to do something from the
We
SoFi
should.
Stadium next
Yeah,
time.
we should.
Go over to the SoFi.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm tired. And I'm trying to read stuff too. Kim, Terry, Cordell, Hi, Dolores,
Right.
Tone, Chuck. Yeah, some of you may have heard, and I guess we're gonna say it a few times, huh?
Well, I'll
But
give an update. So, my sister was released.
well, you got to tell
Found
the first part because some people may not know.
no, she was kidnapped
Haiti.
in Haiti. She was going to church. They kidnapped her and her driver.
Hmm.
They've been negotiating and they've come to a reasonable number, I believe, and she's been released and the driver. So everybody's home, and we use it, quote unquote, safe because it's a difficult situation there.
She's
But
still in
Haiti,
Haiti.
yeah, she's in
Yes,
Haiti. She
okay.
hasn't, yeah. So just
Hey,
want to,
Robert.
oh, let
Dr.
me
Harrison's on.
try to
Okay.
get. Let me. I don't think she knows how to get
We have to
requests.
invite her.
Yeah.
But I'm like happy. And now I'm just like feeling
So I just
tired.
invited her.
I think I was, in the last month, we want to thank all of you because I've never called so many people in my life
Oh
to
yeah,
ask
thank you
for
for your prayers.
prayer because, my grandson was ill there for a while and was in the hospital. And then now Claude's sister, I guess my sister-in-law was kidnapped in Haiti almost 3 weeks ago, and she has been released, and we're just
Yeah, so we're
overjoyed.
very happy about that.
Yeah, and I can't see anything.
It's a little, well, it's a little
A little
overcast,
what?
a little bit, yeah.
No, it's more than overcast, I think. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys see us?
Yeah,
Because I can't see anything. Patrick Henderson, how are you
yeah.
doing?
Try to see. Why don't you call? Tell Teresa to hit
Hi,
the
John John.
plus. Tell her to hit the plus at the bottom. The plus, that little icon at the bottom, um, that looks like a camera with a plus in it. Hit that, and then that should be able to get you. Be able to see you to get you in.
Yeah, John John, did you see that Claude's sister has been released in Haiti? I've never met her, so that's why I keep saying Claude's sister like that instead of my sister-in-law. Sorry about that. Uh,
Okay, so let
did
me.
you come in
She
now?
says she told me to try again, so we'll try again.
Okay.
Invite and
Let's see who else we got. You guys, I can't see. Chuck, Dr.
yeah.
Harrison. Okay. She said
So
try again, Claude.
yeah, so you have to
With,
send. Try sending a request and hit the plus at the bottom of the screen and send a request in.
please.
Please, on your
Trying to get
screen at the
Dr.
bottom, it should say where you could do a comment, and it'll have a, a, a camera icon with a plus in it. Hit that. That should work as well too. There she. Okay.
Hey, girl,
All
how are
right.
you
Okay. We did.
doing?
Tech.
I can't see you hardly at all, but did you hear the good news?
Yeah. So.
Can you? We can't hear you.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Hello. Janice Wilson, yeah.
we can't hear your audio.
It's going every which way, too.
So we're technically challenged. It looks like a little bit.
Uh-oh. I see, but I can't hear you. Is it us?
Yeah. No, I think it's
Hey,
her.
Deborah Smith
Your
Pollard.
audio is off. Turn
We
up.
can't hear you. I wonder. Oh, this is really kind of horrible. Teresa. Uh-oh.
Got it for a little bit. So she's working it.
we're just telling folks that Claude's sister has been released from the kidnappers in
Haiti. So we're
Haiti.
thank you for your prayers. It was really.
It sounds like something from a book, but You know, these are things you hear about and you don't think they're going to happen to you, but it has. We're waiting for Dr. Hairston to come on.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, so I keep hearing something.
Teresa, you better get
Oh,
one of
she
your
dropped
kids.
off.
You better get one of your kids to help you. That's what we. Hey, we're back. We're back. Please
So
subscribe those key classes.
let me see
Stephen Hurd, how you doing, Stephen
Let me send her
Hurd?
another request.
U.S. Cafe, that's Carlos Hale. Hey, you guys all here, my sister-in-law has been released from the kidnappers in Haiti.
Okay, so we send her another invite.
And so we are so happy.
Yeah,
Hi, hey, Barry Martin. I tried to get as many of you as I could by text too, so you could hear it from us. But she has been released, and they negotiated a price. And
so Seaberry, but we got waiting for.
You want to put on Seaberry in the meantime?
Um.
Hey, Jerome, thank you for the well wishes.
Yeah, you know, Seaberry.
I don't even know where my phone went. Let me see. Let me try to catch her on my phone, Teresa.
Yeah, see what's happening with her.
I don't know what I did.
Seaberry called me this morning. We were praying. I told him, I said, look, I don't have the update yet.
Right.
And so afterwards, I called Tanti, my aunt in Florida, and she gave me the update.
Yeah. We also. I remember Ish called. Ish, thank you.
Yes.
Stephen, thank you. It's really great. Hey,
Praise
we've got
God,
Natalie. Hey, Natalie. Yeah, it's exciting that she's
really
out. It was.
That. So see if we can tell her, because we have two requests. Let me see who's here. Oh, there she is.
Okay, let's see now. If we've got Dr. Hairston back.
There she is.
I'm here.
We don't hear you. Oh,
girl!
I've been on about 3 devices. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
We can hear you.
I'm
girl,
sorry.
I'm happy, and
that's okay.
You know, since I talked to you last, my Claude's sister has been released.
I'm thrilled about that.
Praise God.
Girl.
Wow, what an answer to prayer, right?
Amen. So
I know. It sounds like something from a movie, doesn't it?
I know.
But this stuff is real.
Woo.
So we've been thankful of God, and so and the prayers of the saints. They stepped up, and I appreciate that. Really do.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Well, you guys, I am so happy to announce. I call her. Let's see how I put it down here. She is my Dr. Sister girl, compatriot, my girl, Dr. Teresa Hairston. We have been in the fight together. Of course, you're one of the ones who is noted as part of the gospel revolution in music, and I'm excited to have you. We talk, but it's good to be talking with everyone else today. And I'm gonna read a little bit of your bio because there's so much, girl, that you've done. And you know, it's funny because a lot of times you know people, and sometimes you don't realize all the things that they have done. You're like, she didn't, you know.
Or their journey and how they did it, which is amazing.
Which we're going to talk about today.
Yes.
But Dr. Hairston is an internationally known and respected pioneer, author, scholar, historian, and journalist. Don't try to play Scrabble with her, y'all. She has beat me every time. She is a wordsmith, but I still try to play with her. And she is a single mompreneur. She established Gospel Today magazine, which has become the longest running and most widely distributed urban Christian lifestyle magazine. In 1994, you started Gospel Heritage International Worship Summit. And I remember I went to some of those early ones. And now, Dr. Hairston, I keep wanting to put her still in Nashville, but you are, of course, in Atlanta now. And girl, I didn't know this. I knew something was happening, but you're an ordained elder, preacher, teacher, certified by John Maxwell, and a coach and media personality. Girl, you're doing everything. You host a TV show, Higher Impact, and also, I guess, is that Impact? Is it on Impact TV Network?
Yeah.
And you host on Atlanta's Channel 57. These are things I did not know. In 2022, which I did know, you became a visiting scholar at Berklee College of Music. Excuse the mess out of me.
Berklee, oh my goodness.
And you will teach and collaborate on curriculum. Girl, congratulations. And of course, you have a great book that's out that we're getting ready to talk about. Everybody, please let's welcome Dr. Teresa Hairston.
You guys are my, you know what, we go back so far that it sounds strange for you to be saying doctor anything. It's like, girl, we don't even
listen.
Ain't no even hello. It's girl, what you supposed to do?
When I met you, I think you were at Malaco pregnant, and I think I had just had my first child.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, I had just had twins when we met.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I was working with Reverend Cleveland and Milton Biggle, and at GMWA, waddling around, because I think the girls were like, they were babies, maybe 7 months old or something. And
right, because Shamel was a baby, and and Nadia wasn't here yet.
Wow.
That's how crazy this is, girl. And now we're grandmothers. What happened?
Now the babies got babies.
Now the babies got babies.
You're right.
Girl, you gotta excuse me today, girl. I'm just so rejoicing that my husband's sister's out of the hands of those kidnappers.
Listen, I know that's a big relief.
Girl.
Yeah.
Can I say how much they were asking for initially, or you want me to just
no, it's okay.
Okay, my husband doesn't want me to say.
It was crazy.
She's out now.
They got it worked out, negotiated, and so the driver too. It wasn't just her; it was the driver.
The driver got out too. Yeah, her driver.
Wow.
She was on her way to church,
and they kidnapped her and the driver.
So it's crazy.
It's a blessing. Out.
Amen.
But so let's see. Were you working with Milton Bingham then when I met you?
I worked for Savoy with Milton. And then I worked with Malaco, but just because I was at Savoy and the companies were sister companies.
Right. Girl, that was a long time ago. But tell me a little bit of your journey. I never really knew how you even got in the music business like that. I don't even know the story.
Wow. Okay, so like I was a little songwriter, writing my little songs, choir director, church musician, and all of that. And so I was playing for a church in New York, and the guy that was the son of the bishop happened to be Liston Page Jr. So Liston invited Milton. He says, I'm doing sessions for Savoy. I want to invite the producer over there for dinner. And he comes over for dinner to his father, Liston Page Sr., Bishop Page. And we're at dinner. So afterward, we go down the basement, and Milton says to me, well, I understand that you write songs. I said, yeah. He said, well, show me something. And, I was shy and country, and I was like, okay. I
can't even believe that.
Okay. And so I go and I start playing, and I'm singing this song, and I do another song and another. He said, wait a minute, that song right there.
Okay.
Oh, we lost you.
Uh-oh. We can't hear you again, girl. I don't know what happened.
We lost you.
1 second.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
What you doing over there, girl?
Girl, it's a lot. So
then she went out again.
You're out again. Can you guys hear it? I don't know what's going on.
She went out again.
Somebody keeps trying to call me, so they keep knocking me.
Oh, yeah, you got to turn your phone all the way off, girl. As a matter of fact, I got to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Because it'll go off every time.
Yeah, okay.
It'll go, because it's connected to your phone. It'll keep going off every time they call. Who's that right there? Jordan. It's Jordan Hairston.
Hairston.
All right, you got family. Yeah, they can't while you're on the phone. If you're using your phone, when they call, it'll cut off every time. Are you back, girl?
No, look like she's a pawn.
This gonna be a choppy interview.
Because she's swinging with.
Yeah,
we got 4 bars, so we're good.
I met Teresa. Yeah, I think I met her at a GMWA convention. Is she off again?
Yeah, let me set her down.
Okay. So, yeah, we met there at GMWA. And, I guess the thing is, I can say this, I never really thought about it, but we never, as a group of women, never really fought or were nasty or anything like that to each other. We were really a sisterhood the whole time.
So who was part of that
and support
sisterhood?
where there was Demetrius Alexander, there was Teresa Stinson, there was, in a way, I'd say Cece Winans, because she started a label too and she was kind of around. We had, come on, you guys got to help me with some of these other people. Lisa, my girl Lisa Collins, of course.
She was at Billboard.
At Billboard, right. We had Teresa. I'm going to ask Teresa, which is,
yeah,
hey, Demetrius.
So
hey, Neely. Neely was working with me then. Now she's part of the new guard, the established guard that's happening now.
Let me see if I keep sending her an invite, so let's see.
Okay, we'll try to do it again. But yeah, so there was a whole group of us Black women working together. And I never really thought about it a lot, but we did not have all that catty talking, backbiting. I mean, there's some people maybe that came up later that did that, but out of our group, we never did that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so we supported each other, and it was great. We're having a problem getting
Raina Bundy.
Raina was there. So we supported.
Okay.
We're trying to get girl. I was talking about how we're having a problem getting
Raina Bundy.
Raina was there. So what are we getting feedback? Okay. We're trying to get girl. I was talking. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so I was talking about the camaraderie we had as women back then. And when I'm thinking about it now, I think that had a lot to do with all of our success. We were mothers. Demetrius was there. She was a mom. Cece, I think about. We had Lisa. We had you. We had Teresa. Who am I missing?
Wandolin.
Oh, Wandolin. That's right. Wandolin Stokes.
Yeah. Wandolin. Lisa and you were there when I got there, and y'all embraced me. And then, I was at Benson. Everybody was, kind of doing their thing. And then we'd all be at the same events. We would come together and we would talk about, just stuff that we were dealing with. Because back then, there were just a handful of people who were doing what we were doing. There were a lot of but as women, we were fighting some different struggles, and who were really trying to make a difference and pushing against systems that were really not set up to embrace us or to help us or our artists.
Right.
It was a struggle. And there were many times where we'd be on the phone at night, girl, this is what I'm trying to do and all that stuff. And, there were things that we did for each other, even though we were different companies. And I know when Lisa and we pushed for each other and pulled for each other.
That's
we pulled things and all kind of stuff together. And we Demetrius too. And
that's right.
When I was in Nashville, which was where I came to Benson to work, then I met Demetrius, and that was really the heart of the industry. And you were coming back and forth with Sparrow at that time. So it was a journey.
Well, girl, tell us in particular, because a lot of people don't realize this. We had children. A lot of us had children. And I know it was difficult many times for me because of the travel.
I was a stay-home daddy.
Yeah.
Thank God for the support of my husband. I mean, you were a single mom. tell us how we navigated that, and maybe you can give us some wisdom about for people and what they can do today.
Well, one of the things that I did was I was a part of a community. So I had church, I had friends, literally Demetrius and Lisa Jordan. Remember Lisa?
Yes.
Michelle Duffy.
Yes, Michelle Duffy.
Michelle,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were all part of my tribe and my support system. And a lot of times when I would be traveling, they would take care of the kids,
Really? Oh, wow.
make sure they had stuff to eat, all of that.
Yeah, Neely Dickerson, of course, did that for me a lot, and Monica Bacon babysat.
Yeah. And, it's like people that were close around us, Jackie Patillo, all of them.
Yes, Jackie.
What we were going through. Jackie had kids too, Demetrius kids. So, they would step in. Michelle and Lisa didn't have kids. So a lot of times we were a little more available. And Lisa used to come and spend the night when I would go out.
Right. Lisa used to take care of my kids too. I mean, I think that's the thing maybe that people don't know, that one of the reasons we have been able to have the success we've had is because of the communities that we've built.
And it's one thing about that I think we've got to really talk about is that we were not competitors.
No.
We collaborated, we supported each other. It'd be like, girl, what you trying to do? And people that would call me and say things about my sisters, and I was like, you ain't getting ready to come at me with that. No.
Exactly.
And it's a lot of that little backbiting and all that kind of stuff. We were already struggle. We didn't need to have the struggle brought in, and then we, catty and you can't trust. No. So
we didn't have that back then.
And I want people to know, it's not enough people on here right now, but I want the world to know that the first advertisement in format was taken by Vicky Mack.
But of course.
And, and it was like, here I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do this little newsletter
Girl,
thing.
none of us did.
And
none of us did.
Well, you do something, girl. Come on. You all have to kind of work our way through, right?
But we called and talked and asked each other questions. We didn't. It's the grace of God. It's the grace of God.
You had a heart and desire, and you made it happen, and you have to be commended for that.
Well, thank you. But it was a team. It was a tribe. It was, and and I think it was the love, passion for what we did. We tried best at whatever we were doing, and it was like we didn't want everybody to know how we didn't know, but like we knew.
That's right.
So yeah, it was great.
Girl, I tell you, it's been so much. And you were talking, you had mentioned something that I really did want to talk about, which was curious to me, how you were talking about bonding with your daughters and some trips that you're taking, and tie that in with your book. It's been out about 6-7 months now, right?
So I did this book in the middle of the pandemic because when like we didn't even know what the pandemic was, and I got deathly ill.
That's right.
Yeah.
In the very beginning,
I was in the hospital and they couldn't get my vital signs regulated. I was on heart oxygen, and they were about to ICU and intubate and all that stuff. And the nurse came to me and she said, "Ma'am, I don't mean no harm, but do you have your end of life plans in place?" I was like, really? And so my daughter, Tiara, she was with me day and night, and she came over. I just called her and I whispered to her, just call people who can pray.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And people like your sister, Claude, people just began to pray around the clock, around the country.
I know.
They still did not know. They didn't know the words COVID.
Right. Right.
Oh, right.
For 2019. So the doctors were like looking at me like, we don't know what's wrong with you. They brought infectious disease specialists in and all this stuff. I mean, crazy, shot, died, blood system, all
Wow.
kinds. Yeah. So after that, it was like God said, okay, in the midst of all that you've been through, you got to do what you do. And
Right.
you know about that bed, he and the words that, to me, the Holy Spirit said, "Get up and fight."
Right.
Come on now.
And that's where we are right now. And that's
That's
what,
right.
you know, a lot of things that have happened to us in this last couple years with COVID, you can either look at
It's been crazy.
it as a catastrophe or as a classroom.
Right.
Look at it as a classroom. What did you, not why did this happen, but what were you teaching? What
Yes.
Right.
they're different? Because if you come in and out of COVID, this pandemic, the same, something wrong.
Girl, you're right about that.
Yeah, but you want to come out for the better. Let me put
Oh,
it that way, because there's a lot of people who are coming out. They're really stressed, depression, a lot of negative things coming out because it really stressed a lot of areas of their life, their fellowship, their
yeah,
relationships. It was very difficult. Praise God that you were able to come through.
yeah, and I think, Claude, thank you, but it's a thing where so many people have to really reevaluate, re-energize, like just redo. It is This is the season where we get to a do-over. And whatever you know how to do, that's the whole unstoppable piece. It is
And
like,
that's the
okay,
name of the book, Unstoppable.
the book is unstoppable,
Yeah.
and it's on the website books to live, the number two, liveby.com. But the whole idea there is that if you have a vision or a dream from God and you do all that you're supposed to do,
Yeah, that's right.
nothing is going to hold you back from what God has shown you to do. So it's up to you, really. And so, if we surrender to depression and to the economy, to what everybody says and all this other stuff, then we are our own problem. We
Yeah.
have
It's
we have to rise above the situations
it's
around.
hard though. Like you said, you have to call in community because I mean,
Yeah.
we had my grandson was very ill and in the hospital three,
Yeah.
4 weeks ago. Then my sister-in-law got kidnapped. Then all this other stuff. We had COVID right before that. And girl, I felt kind of funny, but I said, let me call my friends because
Yeah.
I can't, I don't want to keep this stuff to myself. We need help. We need some prayer.
Yeah.
And
And
people
yeah.
calling helped.
And that's
Amen.
what the community of faith has. We got a
Yeah.
whole, and when you call for prayer, I'm not talking, some people, they be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pray for you. But I know I had to get to the warriors.
That's right.
She said, she
That's
said,
right.
she said there's some prayer people, some prayer
Okay,
people that I need to call.
yeah,
You can't call everybody.
it's warriors who know how to get the prayer through.
That's right.
That's,
They know how to get a prayer through. Ooh, yeah. And she called everyone.
Yeah, it's people on the fringe, and they doing they talking the
no, you didn't have time for that.
people really in there. So that's like, and that's what time it is, and that's what I really believe we rise up to is another level of this whole thing of being serious about who we say we are as people of God. And
Yeah.
it's like, if it's no time, if it's been no time in your past, you've been playing, you've been on the edge, you've been kind of here and there and in and out, this is the time you need to come on in.
You
And
need to, that's right. You need to know the Lord for yourself today.
Yeah.
yeah, so that
It, it,
I'm about that. Yeah,
so, girl, you got grandkids now, and how many you
I got 6 grands.
got? What?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you're rich. 6 grand.
Yeah, that's a good number too.
Yeah, you guys have.
We got
Two,
two, two
two little
boys.
boys.
They're the best part of kids. Is
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know why you keep going in and out. You guys, is Teresa going in and out, or are we all going in and out? They'll tell us. I got to get close because, girl, I can't see good without these
I
glasses.
know. I hope they can hear me.
Can you guys hear? Dr. Hairston? See, when I put on my glasses, I can't see it all.
So 6 grams, that's right.
Okay, so it looks like, hey, Kurt Carr, how you doing, baby? Did you get my message about my husband's sister getting released from the kidnappers? We're so excited. Teresa, say something to us, and let's see if it's coming through.
They said just Teresa's going in and out.
Is it me going in and out?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, I don't know what
And
to
I
do.
saw Derek Wade. I don't talk to. We got to bring Derek Wade on.
Hey, Royally. Oh, it's just me. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Girl,
I'm doing the best I can.
I know that's right. But you launched Gospel Today, and the gospel. How did you get these visions? I know, everything used to be just about gospel and the music, but you branched out into lifestyle and all that.
Well, when we were doing promotions and we were doing records, we would get in our offices and think of ways to promote our artists, right?
Right.
And okay, what can we do? Can we tour? Can we do a radio buy? Can we do promotion? And so I said, well, let me do a newsletter and send that out to all the radio and retail people. Remember that? And it was called the Savoy Record.
I do remember that.
Yes. So I did this newsletter called the Savoy, and then Malico said, oh no, it can't be the Savoy Record. It has to be the Savoy Malico Record. I said, okay. And so I changed the name, and then they decided at Malico that they would do it.
Okay.
So I went back to Milton and I said, well, hey, do you think it's okay if I just do something on my own? And he said, yeah, no problem. Because, back then, nobody cared about, it's like, Black folk don't read. That's what they would say.
Wow.
Girl, a lot of things were going on back then.
Exactly.
Right.
So when I started Gospel Today, well, it was SCORE. You remember SCORE?
SCORE, yes. I do remember SCORE.
So, and I was working 2 jobs and them 3 kids and all that stuff. And so I started with $300. And it was just, cranking.
Yeah.
And I would go to GMWA. And one time I was at GMWA, I don't know if you remember this. We were in one of those rooms with Al Hobbs and the whole thing. And June Moon came up and he grabbed the SCORE that I had. He grabbed it out of my hand and he held it up in front of everybody, all the announcers. And he said, y'all need to support this woman.
That's
She's
right.
out here doing something.
I do remember that.
And when
that's how we were back then.
But Vicki, it changed my life because people then just got up. 500 people got up and they began to march around the front of the room and drop money.
That's right.
In my hand.
We used to do stuff like that.
And put money in. It was just, I just cried and cried and cried. I couldn't believe. And it was, from then, it was something that, more than the money, it was the encouragement. It was people letting me know that they appreciated what I was doing. Yeah. And you know what? That's where we are right now. People on this line that get on and even say hello, it makes us realize, and people that watch you, you got, thousands of people that are looking at you that watch what Vicki Mack is doing because they appreciate your legacy. You and Claude have etched out a trail that other people are watching and following. So that's amazing.
No, and so have you. I mean, it's just encouraging to walk you in. And girl, and on top of that, you're fabulous, okay? And you haven't aged at all, girl. And I don't know how you keep that weight off. You need to tell me how you keep that weight off.
Girl,
I say that we're a group of good-looking girls. We were.
Oh, we fine, and we keep it where it's supposed to be now. Trust me.
That's right. That's right. We can. You have Demetrius, Lisa Collins, and then the other group coming up now. You've got Ebony Funderburg.
Yes.
And
Neely's doing her thing. Yeah.
And some of the other young ladies. You got the young lady from E1,
Gina.
Gina
Gina.
Miller. She's
Yep.
fabulous.
Oh yes. Yes.
So
Yeah, it's you know what I think we were the first women in the industry. And I remember some of the guys were like, well, what are they doing? Why is all these women taking over now? But we really nurtured the industry. We didn't just do our jobs. We nurtured our artists. And, you know, the way that we cared about them. And let me just go back to the whole thing. But we were single and, you know, in and out of relationships and stuff. Girl, you done held on to your man.
If it wasn't, it's the grace of God.
Listen.
That's right. You know, through thick and thin, I'm really, really
going
blessed.
on 42.
That's amazing. Years. That's amazing.
You know what? I know it's amazing.
Well, she want to hold on. I was holding on to her.
You holding on to each other.
Yeah, we holding on to each other, girl, for better and for worse. That has been a blessing. And
hey, Jerome Bell.
How's Jerome Bell on? Jerome, thank you for the well wishes. You know, people also don't give enough credit, and really should, to June Moon, because June was he was blazing that trail, boy.
He was a powerhouse, and he was able to network where we couldn't. He brought us together in Chicago.
Yes,
and he would open up rooms for us to have meetings and strategize together.
Yeah.
And he would help us to move forward in ways that move the entire industry forward.
That's right. And let's talk about Chicago, though. A lot of people don't know what you mean about Chicago.
Yeah. We went to the Chicago Black Expo, and that was back when Black Expos were big. And we would come together and we would have our artists on the main stages. We would strategize and build, you know, we go in the back room and strategize about what we needed to do, because there were so many, there was a black and white barrier back then.
Yes.
And I guess I don't want to say back then because it still is.
It's a whole new kind of crazy now.
Hey, but you know, we were really being pushed to the side back then. Even though gospel was rising, they wanted to use us and not compensate us. And also to any, you know, if we were starting any businesses on our own, they wanted to you know, kind of push us out. So
and they tried to get rid of you, me, and Lisa Collins. They called I'm saying that they but thank God they weren't able to do that. So.
Right. Hey, Kurt, love you too. And Kurt Carr is going to
what are you saying about Kurt Carr?
Kurt Carr is getting ready to be with me at Berkeley.
Oh,
really?
Oh, that's
Kurt Carr is the visiting artist.
Oh, he is a genius.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're getting ready to do this in a couple weeks. Actually, we'll be up at Berkeley together.
Oh,
excellent. Wow, that's
congratulations.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get messy for a minute, Vicky, getting messy, and it is messy, but I think it's something that we do need to talk about.
Okay.
And that's the situation that has arisen with Kim Burrell and the preaching that she recently did. How do you feel about it?
So just for those people who don't know what happened, so Kim Burrell was getting ready to minister in song at a conference. And before she sang, she made some comments, and I guess she made them, you know, somewhat in jest. But the comments were things like, how many of y'all done changed your name on your light bill? How many of y'all, you know, live in you have to check your friends out, and if they live in a trailer park or or in a house, and you know, things,
you have to check their bank account, things like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, we all come from challenging circumstances.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that we have to really be sensitive about is that if we're talking to people, we want them to know that we relate to them, we encourage them, we uplift them. And, you know, I never want anybody to feel worse than they, you know, when they leave than when they came, and we
Right.
in church, you know.
Right.
The other thing about ministry, and you know, I say this as a preacher and as a teacher, is that when you stand before the people, your job, you are hired to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, the gospel of the kingdom.
Right.
Right.
Not to um, share your personal feelings or outlook on anybody or anything. And I think one of the things sometimes we forget, and we take this thing somewhat lightly. And even if it was a joke, sometimes people are in a life or death. I had a friend of mine kill himself a few months ago,
Wow.
and I hang on to the words that our last conversation was: "I love you. I'm standing with you. I support you." But he just couldn't see his way to hold on. And you know, sometimes people are they at that last step, and you
Yeah.
can't take for granted that you're the last voice that they're going to hear. What are you
Oh, that's a
saying?
good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
So
I
that's
think,
how you know, yeah, I think it's kind of hard. Yeah.
I think there's also has been a culture in some churches and some denominations of cutting. It's a cultural cutting
Yeah.
kind of a thing,
Yeah.
and I think that is something that at a time kind of it worked sometimes, but I think it's not working anymore, especially this trope of a Black woman in church that's mean
Yeah.
and hates everybody and says these things. I'm not saying
That's the
that Kim
perception.
was doing that, but I
Yeah.
think that's something that we've grown up with, some of us,
Yeah.
seeing this trope of this, you know, she laps you, she covers you up here, she covers you up there, she tells you everything you're doing is wrong, you're dressed wrong, all this
Yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good time for us to reevaluate that trope, that kind of Black church woman that, you know, throws things at
Well,
you and everything else.
yeah, you're exactly right. And you know, we're really out of the season of, you know, coming to church and browbeating people. Ain't
That's
nobody
what it
come to
is.
church for that.
For
Ain't
that.
nobody
Completely.
signing on online for that.
That's
No.
You
right.
know?
Hello.
Hello, what's
Thank
up?
you so much for watching Carfitable
Yes,
Talks.
thank you.
Please remember to press that like button, and we need you to subscribe. And also,
Leave some comments. Really need to hear from you.
thank you.